Okay, so let's continue to discuss definite integrals. So, next topic natin is yung Wallis formula. So, this formula was attributed by the English mathematician John Wallis. So, how do we use this formula? Okay, so this formula is used to find the definite integrals of powers of sines and cosines. So, this is a formula that evaluates such integrals immediately. So, you can use yung trigonometric integrals natin sa techniques of integration natin to find the definite integral of the powers of sines and cosines. However, this formula formulated by John Wallis is a formula which immediately evaluates the definite integral. So this is the formula. So the integral of sine raised to mu cosine raised to nu du limits from 0 to pi over 2 is equal to m minus 1 times m minus 3 until 2 or 1 na yung sagot dito. And then multiplied by n minus 1, n minus 3 until 2 or 1 all over m plus n times m plus n minus 2 times n plus n minus 4 until 2 or 1 yung magiging sagot. And multiplied by alpha. Yung m and n natin are positive integers. Alpha is equal to pi over 2 if m and n are even. And alpha is equal to 1 if either one or both are odd. Okay, so this is the formula kapag ganito yung integrand natin. Next naman will be, okay, if n is equal to 0, ibig sabihin wala tayong cosine. So, if n is equal to 0, yung formula natin is dun sa may m lang. And our denominator will be reduced to m times m minus 2 times m minus 4 until 2 or 1. And multiplied by pi, where alpha, I should say, where alpha is equal to pi over 2 if m is even and 1 if it is odd. Okay? And if m is 0 naman, ibig sabihin wala tayong sign. So, our formula will be n minus 1 over sa denominator natin, it will be reduced to n times n minus 2 times n minus 4 until 2 or 1. And then multiplied by alpha. Alpha is equal to pi over 2 if n is even, and alpha is equal to 1 if n is odd. Okay? So those are the different formulas. Those are the different Wallis formula. Okay, so let's try examples for this. So example number 1, sine cube x cosine x dx limits from 0 to pi over 2. So first, determine muna natin kung ano si m and n. Okay, so for this example, for this example, m is equal to 3 and our n is equal to 1. Since one of them is odd, ibig sabihin, and we have values for m and n, ibig sabihin, we will use alpha equal to 1. Okay? And our formula will be like this. This is equal to, sa numerator natin, we have m. What is m? That is 3. So, 3 minus 1 multiplied by 3 minus 2. Okay, we stop here at 3 minus 1 lang siya. Kasi pag 3 minus 3, okay, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. Dito naman sa baba is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, dito sa taas is yung sinusubtract natin kay m will be, sinusubtract natin kay m and n will be odd numbers. Sa baba naman, that will be even numbers. So, 3 minus 1, that is equal to 2. And yung susunod is 3 minus 3. However, dapat dito sa formula natin, we stop at 2 or 1 yung magiging difference. So, dito sa example natin, 3 minus 1 is already 2. So, we stop there. So, wag na nating ituloy. And then, multiplied by our n. What is n? That is 1. So, since our n is equal to 1, wala na tayong itutuloy pa na subtraction. And then sa baba naman, we have m plus n, that is 3 plus 1 multiplied by m plus n minus 2. So what is m plus n minus 2? That is 4 minus 2, that is equal to 2. So we should also stop there. Okay? And then multiplied by our alpha, that is equal to 1. And we simplify. 3 minus 1 is 2 multiplied by 1 all over 3 plus 1 is 4 times 3 plus 1 minus 2 is equal to 2 multiplied by 1. So this will be equal to 2 over 8, or reduce natin to lowest term, this will be equal to 1/4. So, di ba, ang dali lang siyang isolve using the Wallis formula compared sa technique of integration na trigonometric integrals. Okay, so that is example number 1. Now, let's try example number 2. Okay, so number 2 tayo. The integral of sine raised to 4x cosine squared x dx limits from 0 to 2. So, dito tayo sa identification of m and n. So, our m is equal to 4. Our n is equal to 2. So, they are both even. Therefore, yung gagamitin natin na alpha will be pi over 2. Kasi, case 1 tayo, we have both m and n. So, this will be equal to, so, yung numerator natin, that is 4 m minus 1, that is 3. Tapos, m minus 3, that is equal to 1. So, stop na tayo dyan. Multiplied by, n natin is 2. So, 2 minus 1 lang tayo. Okay? Because that is equal to 1 already. Tapos, sa denominator natin, we have m plus n, which is 2. Okay? Multiplied by m plus n minus 2. So, that is equal to 4. And then, m plus n minus 4. That is equal to 2. So, we should stop. And then, multiply natin by alpha, which is equal to pi over 2. So, we simplify our equation. This will be equal to 4 minus 1 is 3. Multiplied by 4 minus 3 is 1. As well as 2 minus 1 is also equal to 1. And for our denominator, 4 plus 2 is 6. Multiplied by 4 plus 2 minus 2, this will cancel. So, that will be equal to 4. And then, 4 plus 2 minus 4, this will cancel. So, matitira will be 2. And we multiply it by our alpha, which is equal to pi over 2. And simplifying further, this is equal to 3 all over 6 times 4 times 2 is 48. Multiplied by pi over 2. So, our final answer would be 3 pi all over 96. However, this can be reduced. So, yung final answer natin will be pi over 32. So, this is our final answer for example number 2. So, madali lang siya. Now, we try example number 3. So, our m is equal to 8. And our n is equal to 0. Obviously, kasi wala tayong cosine. So, ang gagamitin natin will be si case number 2, where n is equal to 0. And since m is even, 8 is even, therefore, yung gagamitin natin na alpha for this problem is pi over 2. So, this is equal to, for our numerator, si m lang. So, 8 minus 1 times 8 minus 3, that is still equal to 5. 8 minus 5, and then 8 minus 7. So, we stop there kasi 8 minus 7 is equal to 1. Now, for our denominator, si m lang. So, m natin is 8 multiplied by 8 minus 2, 8 minus 4, and then 8 minus 6. So, we stop there. Kasi pag 8 minus 8 na, that will be equal to 0. And then, we multiply it with alpha, which is equal to pi over 2. So we simplify this one. This is equal to 7 times 5 times 3 times 1 multiplied by 8 times 6 times 4 times 2. Of course, multiplied by pi over 2. So this will be equal to 7 times 5 times 3. Oh, sorry. 7 times 5 times 3 is 105. Over 8 times 6 times 4 times 2 is 384. Times pi over 2. And if we simplify further, our final answer would be 35 pi all over 256. Or in decimal, that is equal to 0.4295. So that is the definite integral for example number 3.